Yeah. So the thing is, there are genetic tests that actually will reveal whether your genes are susceptible to one particular genetic disease, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So my dilemma is that if you know that before that is getting married, or before reproducing, if you know that you have a genetic defect, or if you know that you are susceptible to a genetic disease, is it a morally right thing to reproduce, or or does it fall under bodily autonomy? Because I am in a dichotomy of position right now. One
Whose
is
bodily
that
autonomy?
my right to reproduce. I don't know whether
Okay.
that comes under bodily autonomy,
So
but
the
it is my
question is,
right to reproduce,
let
right?
me put the question simply. If you are about to reproduce and you know that there is a chance that the baby will have
Yeah,
certain genetic defects, are
yeah,
you morally obligated to not give birth to the baby? That's what you're asking?
yeah,
I don't think you're obligated by law. I think different people can have different moral positions on it depending on how responsible they want to be for
okay,
another life. Like there may be parents who are who think that there's a chance that the baby might have a problem, but they are committed ki, okay, there is a chance that the baby will have a problem, but there's also a chance that the baby might not have that problem, and there's also a chance that the baby might do really well in life despite having that problem, and no matter what happens, I will be there to help my baby. I think that is the position most people take. What do
yeah.
you think?
The problem, yeah, I completely agree. If
Hmm.
the genetic defect is just if the only possibility that it is passed from a parent to their immediate offspring, right? But it can be possible that it is passed from a parent to a grandchild or a great grandchild or someone down the lane, right? So knowing that someone down the lane is going to suffer, I mean,
Hmm.
if I am responsible
Yeah,
for it, I will
but
take
then
care of it.
that's you don't know that, right? There is a chance.
But there is a chance for that.
Yeah, there is a chance, and how big that chance is, if you think it's a 99% chance, you'll have one decision. If you think there's a 50-50 chance, then they will have another decision. If you think there's a low chance, you might have another decision.
Let's say that it's a very bad disease like Huntington's, where it is
Okay.
like very very possible that they definitely will suffer in life if they get it. That is
Okay. So I don't know, man. I personally would not. If the chance is like
okay.
more than 50%, I would not.
Okay. So that's
But
not
then
what
again,
I
I also
wanted
know
to like.
people. I know one couple who were fairly certain that the baby was going to be having some problems, but the baby was super healthy.
Okay.
The baby didn't have that problem, and the baby was actually healthier than normal
Again,
baby.
the baby need not have a problem, but somewhere someone down the lane in our genetic carrying our genetic code may have
Hmm.
that problem.
I don't think
That's
you can
the
hold yourself
ethical dilemma.
responsible for something that may or may not have 10 generations from now. I think that's
Let's say that
overthinking. I
I
think that's
don't.
overthinking. Whether or not that baby
Okay.
is going to be born depends on that baby's
Hmm.
parents and how much knowledge they have about the possible consequences. You cannot you cannot second guess yourself about something that is going to happen in 5 generations. What you can do is you can leave sufficient information for your descendants. Ki this is the condition I
Okay.
have. This is my baby. This
Okay.
baby did not have that condition. This is the
Okay.
math of how likely this condition is going to happen in the future generations. And by the time that
Okay.
generation happens, maybe that condition is something that can be cured before the baby is born, right?
Okay. Got it. Oh, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So I was actually having this ethical dilemma. So I wanted
Hmm.
to. So my emotional, response was like, it is, it's not good. It's not right that we actually procreate at that condition because
Hmm.
someone is going to suffer. But my
Hmm.
logical, conclusion was that it should not interfere with my right to reproduce.
Yeah. You have that.
So
See, your right to reproduce comes from the law, right? Rights don't exist in nature. Rights
Yeah,
are a
of
human
course.
invention, right? So your right to
Yeah,
reproduce
yeah.
comes from the law. If you have the right to reproduce, you have the right to reproduce. You can reproduce. Nobody is going to stop you. There is no law that says, okay, so there is this chance of this baby being having this problem more than 50% of a chance. So we will not allow you to have a baby. Nobody does that.
Okay.
I don't think there's anywhere in the world that happens.
Yes, but if we were in a power to make that happen, it will be
Hmm.
wrong thing to do, right?
I don't think so. I think whether it is legally right or wrong is very clear. Legally, reproducing is right. Uh,
Right now. But
to
what if we
know
control the law?
No, I don't think I will make that law. I don't think I'll ever make a law to prevent people from reproducing because there is a
Yeah,
chance that
yeah.
this happens.
That's what
What I will
even I
do is
was
that I'll
thinking.
advise people, ki, okay, here's the information. This is what we can do. This is what we can't do. This is how you can prepare for your baby's life if you choose to have the baby. These are the things
Hmm.
that you're going to have to commit to. Now the decision is yours. I know
Right.
people, by the way, I know someone, I just gave you one example, right? I know another person who was born with serious problems and she still has those
Hmm.
problems and she's a great
Hmm.
human being.
Okay.
You see that genetic predisposition to certain conditions and the problems that may arise out of them need not become the sole parameter with which we measure a valuable life.
Got it. Okay.
There are so
Yeah.
many
So
people who
that
were born
is,
with birth defects, but they ended up doing great things in life for the world, in fact, right?
yeah, understood. Yeah.
Imagine if Stephen Hawking or someone like Stephen Hawking has become a complicated example these days, but imagine someone with a defect like that
Hmm.
being prevented from being born.
Understood. Understood. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So there are two
Yeah,
takeaways that I have from this conversation. One is that we need to spread awareness and make more information available so that people can make
yeah,
can make an informed decision. Two,
yeah,
the value of life that they lead is not defined by the disease that they have.
yes. Or condition. Let's not
That's
call it disease.
or
Yeah,
condition. Yeah, yeah, condition
yeah,
that they have.
yeah.
Yeah, that actually clears a lot of things up. I just wanted to approach this in a logical way, and I think that happened today.
You,
Thank you.
by
Thanks
the
a
way,
lot, Vimoh. That's all.
thanks, but it's totally okay to not evaluate this in the logical way and evaluate this in the emotional way. If you feel that you are in the condition of having a child and that if the child turns out to be like have a problem, then you will not be able to take responsibility for that. It is totally okay to not to decide to not do that because that decision is yours right now. There are so many people who make irresponsible choices, like the baby is born and then they abandon the babies, right? So
Right.
if you're moral
Yes.
enough to think that I don't even want to take the chance of having someone lead such a life, that is also on you. You can do that.
Understood. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
That
thank
cleared a
you,
lot of
Varun.
things up. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Bye bye.